Why would you use tree medicine? Tonight we're going to find out. Welcome to episode 8 of Nature's Mysteries Medicine Show with Michelle Wildflower. Thank you so much for joining us. I am a holistic health practitioner, clinical cannabinoid clinician, director of education at Nature's Mysteries Academy of Holistic Health, and author of the herbal textbook, Discover the Essence of Plant Medicine, the 5 Principles of Life-Saving Herbs, which I was contracted to write for the University of Natural Health as an herbal course for them. And it's a prerequisite. All the students that go through the school have to take my course and read my book. So tonight what I wanted to talk about with you was tree medicines and why they're beneficial for you and your health in any of your immune building protocols or any of your healthy regimes, just to add a lot of beneficial properties that we're going to go over this evening. Are you with me? Awesome. Have any of you tried frankincense? Has anyone used frankincense oil? That's going to be the first one that we go over. And the reason why I'm so fascinated with tree medicine, well, all herbal medicine really, is because they come from the earth and they're naturally absorbed. Our body knows how to synthesize them. Unlike synthetic molecules that are created in a lab that our bodies don't know how to synthesize, and that's the reason why they cause so many side effects, which could also be considered direct effects of the medications, and a side effect might be if you got any relief from it, right? So the medicines that we're going to be talking about this evening from trees do not have any of those debilitating side effects that pharmaceutical medications do. And they actually, not only do they not decrease your immune function, but they actually boost your immune function, have immunomodulating properties, and help fight off pathogens. And so we're going to go over some of those. And I might be asking you to engage with me and type yes in the comments, because the more that you engage, it'll help to anchor in this information. Are you with me? Type yes in the comments. I figure if you're watching this, then you probably are trying to remember this information, right? So, tree medicines, what are we talking about? So, there are many different trees that offer us medicine in different ways. Some through their leaves, some through their bark, mostly through their bark. And you know, if we think about trees and the natural ability that they have to grow tall and be so strong and withstand so much, then, you know, that could also give us an indication of what properties we might attain by using them. It would help us to be stronger, be more grounded, not be so airy. If you're one of those people who's, you know, kind of gets your head lost in the clouds sometimes, tree medicine can be very grounding. And today the one that we're going to go over, like I mentioned, is frankincense. And I actually talked a lot about frankincense in my book. There's about 7 different recipes in there that you can use. And frankincense is just amazing medicine. They mentioned it actually, I think, over 100 times in the Bible. It was one of the first gifts that was actually brought to baby Jesus and Mary. And knowing now the anti-inflammatory benefits of frankincense, what a great gift to give Mary after giving birth, right? So, and then for the effects that it has for anxiety and bringing down stress hormones and that fight or flight mode, then what a great choice for baby Jesus too, right? So frankincense, what's so amazing about essential oils is that they're composed of such minute molecules that they're able to get into our bodies and into our cells easier than the larger molecules that are found in like fruits and vegetables. Frankincense specifically has little tiny molecules called sesquiterpenes, and they are actually small enough to pass through the blood-brain barrier. And any time that you are able to get to the brain is the master controller of the body, sending out, you know, the hormones and reducing cortisol levels, and doing all the things that our bodies need to function properly by sending out the signals to each of our various systems in our body. So if we can have our brain functioning properly, odds are the rest will kind of, fall into place, because frankincense has so many other beneficial properties besides just in boosting brain health. It was popular in religions all over the world, and it's been used for thousands of years. It's used many times in religious ceremonies because it's known, like I said, it has that effect on brain health to ease anxiety and bring about a sense of relaxation, and it can shift your perspective and actually bring you into a meditative state. So I actually used to formulate a meditation blend that was helping to, open up your third eye and just bring a sense of calm and bring you into that meditative state where you are a little more open and in receiving mode, so that you can connect with source or spirit or God or whoever it is, Buddha, that you are trying to connect with. And frankincense can help you get into that space. It's also one of the only essential oils that can be taken internally. There's a lot of controversy about that, and different people think different things. But from my training, I've been instructed to not use essential oils internally and to use them mostly externally, which is what we do at Nature's Mysteries Apothecary. But frankincense, like I said, is one that can be taken internally in small doses. Okay, good. I actually had a patient who had lung cancer, and they were suspecting that it had metastasized to other parts of her body. She had actually tried to go to the hospital because she was in, so much pain and in such bad shape, and they actually told her to just go home and get hospice, that there was no hope for her. And so we started working with her right away and got her on our immune building protocol, and included frankincense in that, because that's not one that we use for my husband's protocol. That is, each protocol that we devise for our patients is individual to the specific conditions and symptoms that we're trying to treat. So for this patient that I'm speaking of, we added frankincense to it. And because she was experiencing so much nausea, they suspected that there might be brain cancer as well, that it had metastasized to her brain, and they had started her on chemo, and her body was reacting really well to the chemo, so they didn't want to stop the chemo to do the radiation, because they don't do chemo and radiation, at least where this patient was in this time period in Missouri, which is where she was. They didn't do chemotherapy and radiation at the same time, especially not for brain cancer. And so they just had fingers crossed, hoping that the brain cancer didn't grow, and just continued to treat the lung cancer. And she was on our immune building protocol, and like I said, we added the frankincense to it. And in 2 months, they did another PET scan, and the brain cancer was gone, completely gone. And they were not giving her anything for the brain cancer, because conventional medicine treats brain cancer with radiation, right? And they didn't want to give the radiation with the chemo. So they didn't, and they just hoped that it didn't grow. The chemo doesn't treat brain cancer. So it was her body and the frankincense oil that killed the brain cancer. So frankincense is very powerful. There was also a young girl years ago that had a brain tumor in the back of her skull, and it was in the back of her brain, and it was inoperable. And they told her, that they hoped it didn't grow, but they didn't give her any recommendations or anything. And she's actually the one that I learned about it from, and she got rid of her brain tumor completely. And so it's amazing. Frankincense is just amazing. Actually, it's anti-neoplastic, which means that it is anti-cancer. It kills tumors and neoplasms, It actually shrinks tumors, and it causes apoptosis. Apoptosis is cellular suicide. So when cancer cells come in contact with frankincense, they're basically forced to either revert to a healthy cell or commit suicide. And so frankincense is an amazing ally to have on your side if you are experiencing any kind of cancer diagnosis that you are battling. It has so many other properties to it as well. Like I said, with the brain health, they actually did research where they gave pregnant rats frankincense orally during their gestation periods, and it showed a significant increase in their offspring's power of short-term memory and long-term memory. So, I mean, if it happens in mice, I'm sure it would happen in us too. So there's just so many beneficial properties. It's actually pain relieving. It's analgesic. It's antibacterial. Like we said, anti-cancer, anti-neoplastic. It's anti-diuretic, anti-emetic, so it helps with nausea so that you're not nauseous. It's anti-inflammatory, antimicrobial, antiseptic, antispasmodic, antiviral, astringent, disinfectant. It's a deodorizer and brain tonic. Like we said, it's a hypnotic, immunostimulant. So, I mean, with all those properties, it almost seems like, do we even need any other plants? But of course we do. And that's the beauty of Mother Nature, is that her selection is vast, and if for some reason you couldn't find frankincense near you, you always could get a different plant that has many of those same beneficial properties, or a different herb, I should say, not a different plant, because that's actually from a tree. And they actually extract that from the bark. So it's frankincense grows in India, Pakistan, and Somalia. So if for some reason you weren't able to get frankincense oil, which nowadays you can in any place, any health food store or co-op or anything like that, then you could definitely find another option, which in my book, Discover the Essence of Plant Medicine, we go over lots of different herbs. There's actually 33 different herbs that we profiled in there, some from the plant kingdom, some from the trees, some from the sea, some moss, and we go over growing, harvesting, storing, preparations, applications. There's over 650 pages, over 150 recipes. There's 9 chapters. We talk about pet cancer and the best herbs for children, as well as routine procedures and diagnostic testing and the risks involved in those. Almost 7 years ago now, my husband actually had a triple hit of non-Hodgkin's lymphoma, and they only gave him a 35% chance of curing it. Told him he was going to die and to get his affairs in order and everything. And I researched it, and in my research I actually came up with about 20 different vitamins, herbs, enzymes, minerals, and mushrooms. And we had it gone in 3 months, to his oncologist's dismay. And in the book, the director of the school at the University of Natural Health, who requested that I write the book for them, actually asked me if I would include as many details as possible of my husband's journey, which is chapter 6, so that when others get a cancer diagnosis, they can know that it doesn't have to be a death sentence or the end. And there's lots of other options that you have besides just chemotherapy or radiation or conventional treatments that they offer you. So in the book, if there's out of the 33 herbs that we profiled, if it's one that we used in my husband's cancer-free protocol, it will say it right at the top of the herbs profile, cancer-free protocol, so that you know that that's one that we used. And just to get back to frankincense a little bit, the many conditions that it can be used for, such as, I mean, it helps with skin issues as well. So any kind of wounds or healing, any kind of acne, blemishes or skin issues, eczema, psoriasis, like I said, acne. It works great for anxiety because of its anti-inflammatory properties. It's helpful for arthritis, asthma, bad breath odors, blood pressure, cancer, cavities, colitis, constipation, coughs, cramps, Crohn's disease, cysts, dark spots, depression, digestive disorders, any kind of gas, like we said, gingivitis or bad breath odors, infertility, irritable bowel syndrome, large pores. It actually helps to minimize large pores. It's helpful for leaky gut syndrome, which is actually when enzymes from your stomach are leaking into your bloodstream and getting into your circulation, which can cause brain fog and all kinds of other digestive disorders. It's good for loose skin, menopause, mood swings, mouth sores, nausea, oral infections, pain, PMS symptoms, stomach aches, stress, stretch marks, tooth decay, wrinkles, and the parts of the body that it's specific for are the brain, the digestive system, our lungs, and our skin. So those are a lot of reasons to incorporate frankincense into your any kind of health care regime, any kind of anti-aging or beautifying routine. We actually put frankincense in our alleviation roll-on gem essence, and it is beneficial, like I said, for any kind of pain, insomnia, or anxiety. The roll-on is a blend with many other essential oils besides just frankincense. It also has myrrh, sandalwood, chamomile, ylang ylang, rose, lavender, and mint. And when you combine frankincense with myrrh, it actually kind of releases these properties that the two of them synergistically blend together so well and release, that is a great remedy for any kind of anti-cancer or beautifying routine. So we like to put it in our blend and synergistically blend it with the other essential oils that I mentioned, and it helps to bring a sense of calm. If you were experiencing any kind of anxiety, you could apply it to your temples and your wrists as needed. If you had a headache, you could put it right across your eyebrow bone and the base of your neck. And I actually formulated that product about 15 years ago for a woman who was on her 6th pregnancy, and every time she got pregnant, she got really bad migraines and nothing ever helped them. And so she asked, this is like way before CBD was legal. And so I researched it. I didn't have anything for her at that time. I researched it and I made that blend of essential oils and gemstone chips. Also, it actually has lapis and amethyst, aventurine, and rose quartz, and brought it to the farmer's market for her. And she came back the next week and was so grateful, and I've been selling it for years since. And then CBD became legal, and now we know that actually migraines could be a symptom of an endocannabinoid deficiency. So it's available in varying strengths of CBD. We have 50 milligrams, 75 milligrams, or 100 milligrams available. And you can choose your potency based on the severity of what it is you're trying to treat. If it's not too bad, you could probably go with the lowest strength. If it seems like it gets intense at times, you might want to go with the mid strength. And if it gets extreme, then you'd probably want to go with the extra strength. And if you had any kind of pain anywhere, you could apply it directly to that area, and it provides instant relief. It also has magnesium chloride in there, because oftentimes when people experience pain or insomnia, actually, they're deficient in magnesium. So we put magnesium chloride in there, as well as arnica, which is a natural pain-relieving plant. So the synergistic blend with the frankincense. We've received so many live video testimonials that we started a YouTube channel. You can connect to that on our naturesmysteries.com website, or you can also find it on our Nature's Mysteries Apothecaries Facebook page, or our Instagram, which is Nature's Mysteries CBD. And you can follow us on those social media channels as well, and we're always posting daily updates about, you know, any immune building protocols or suggestions, and herbal recommendations that are boosting health and immunity and helping to relieve pain, easing anxiety, as well as depression. And this whole month, we're going to be talking about tree medicines and the benefits and why to use them. And so today, we talked about frankincense, and next week we're going to be talking about myrrh. And like I said, when you blend those two, there's some kind of magic release that happens that any pathogen cannot withstand. So again, I'm Michelle Wildflower, clinical cannabinoid clinician, holistic health practitioner, and founder and alchemist for Nature's Mysteries Apothecary. And I appreciate you for tuning in tonight. You can always go give our school a follow at Nature's Mysteries Academy of Holistic Health on Facebook. And we're actually going to be opening for enrollment again soon. Our spring session is coming to an end, and we'll be opening enrollment for our Holistic Health Practitioner program, which is accredited by the American Association of Drugless Practitioners, which means upon completion of our program, you can apply to become a board-certified holistic health practitioner. Woo-hoo. So thank you so much, everyone, for joining us. I hope you got something from tonight's episode. Share it with someone who can use the information. If you know someone who's interested in tree medicine, or who's fighting a cancer diagnosis, or looking to treat their blemishes or dark spots or headaches or dry skin or any of the other amazing properties that we mentioned that frankincense oil has, and the many conditions that it treats. So thank you again for joining us. We'll look forward to seeing you next week on Nature's Mysteries Medicine Show. And if you'd like a copy of our book, you can always go to naturesmysteries.com, and any of our products, if you're interested in the roll-on, is on there as well. And because you're a viewer of Nature's Mysteries Medicine Show, we'd like to extend a $5 off coupon for you. So if you use code REFPRO, like referral program, then all capitals REFPRO, then you'll enjoy that $5 discount that we're extending to our viewers. So thank you so much for joining us. If you have any questions, you can leave them in the comments, and we'll try to answer them. And we'll hope to see you next week. Thanks so much. Take care.